Let us welcome the fifth speaker. The fifth speaker is Ms. Yui Igarashi.
Her speech title is, There is Nothing Normal Normally. There is nothing normal normally. So, Ms. Igarashi, please come up to the stage.
Thank you, Masters of Ceremonies and distinguished judges. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
The Japanese word futsu is difficult to use because it has a lot of meanings. When you try to translate it into English, we can use normal, not special, average, or common, for example. In one context, we say that this ramen is not special but delicious. On the another, we normally sprinkle lemon on fried chicken. During the summer vacation in my second year of university, I gathered with classmates from my junior high school after a long time. Everyone had changed so much, and they were all dressed up. In our conversation, I said, when we become university students, we normally go to hair salon. Friend A responded, I agree. I can't believe there is anyone who doesn't go to hair salon as a university student. Friend B was there without saying anything. A few days later, I met friend C. I heard that B was crying after that conversation. I was surprised to learn that she still had her hair cut by her mother because she couldn't afford to go to salon. I regretted saying it from the bottom of my heart. If I hadn't used the word futsu so casually, I could have avoided hurting my friend. This experience made me want not to hurt anyone with the thoughtless use of futsu again. We unconsciously use the word futsu and occasionally hurt someone. However, this word itself does not have a bad meaning. For example, there is nothing wrong with the sentence. We don't normally shoplift. What is bad is how we use it. Inappropriate use, like in experience, can result in hurting someone. So I thought a lot about how to use the word futsu appropriately, and I came up with one method. Today, I'd like to introduce this method so that as many people as possible will stop using the word futsu without thinking carefully. I hope nobody will get hurt by this word in the future. Each person has a specific standard for each thing around us. At the same time, we believe that our standards are the same as others. Therefore, we believe that our standards are normal. Let me give you two examples. First, when a traffic light is red, you believe nobody normally crosses the crosswalk. Also, you think if one has studied hard, they will normally pass the exam. However, when you think that your standards are always normal and use the word futsu, you can hurt someone. In the first example with a traffic light, your standards and other standards are the same, and nobody gets hurt when you say so. On the other hand, in the second example with studying, your and other standards are different. While you think you will pass the examination if you study a lot, others may not think so, because they failed the exam in spite of their hard work. Here, your words can make them feel their efforts are denied, and consequently, you end up hurting them. When you hurt someone, you will feel regret and a guilty conscience about it. These feelings will, in turn, torment you. Thus, the misuse of the word futsu can hurt not only someone, but also yourself. Then, why do people think their standards are normal? It is because we make what is called hasty generalization. It is one of the cognitive biases, which are psychological phenomena where people make unreasonable judgments based on their own assumptions or affected by their surroundings. In hasty generalization, a conclusion is reached with only one or few instances of perceptions without sufficient evidence. Suppose 3 lazy students say, Professor A is strict. You believe he is strict due to hasty generalization. However, Professor A is not necessarily strict because only a few students say so. He may actually have a gentle, lenient side. Thus, we only see things with limited evidence, and we can't see the whole picture of the fact. Then, how can we see the fact without jumping to a biased conclusion? When you're about to use the word 普通, think about the counterexample of hasty generalization of 普通. To consider the counterexample, take 4 steps, asking the following questions. Why? Why? What if? And then what? Taking these steps, you can recognize that they are different people, different thoughts, and different standards from yours. You can realize that your normal is not a solid fact, but just based on your own ideas with a few cases. Step 1, ask why. In this step, you ask why to your normal standard and search any experience or objective facts as a reason for it. For example, when you're about to say, this job normally takes 30 minutes, you should ask yourself, why do I think it takes 30 minutes? Then your answer can be, I've done it in 30 minutes before. Step 2, ask another why to seek an objective reason why you were able to do it. Why did I finish it in 30 minutes? Then you may get the answer. Because I'm used to such tasks. Step 3, ask for the opposite case. What if I wasn't used to it? You may see, I wouldn't be able to finish it in 30 minutes. Finally, step 4, ask then what? You will say to yourself, some people won't finish it in 30 minutes. Now, you can see that your standards are different from others, and therefore, you will no longer use the word 普通 without paying any attention. Then, there will be no one who gets hurt by this word. If I had known this method when I talked with my friends from junior high, I could have taken these 4 steps. I could have thought that some university students didn't go to hair salon for financial reasons. Then I wouldn't have hurt my friend with my casual remark, and I wouldn't have suffered from a sense of guilt. Today, I talked about how to use the word 普通 correctly. When you're about to use the word 普通, please recall this method. Why? Why? What if? And then what? Taking these steps, you can tell whether your normal is based on facts or just your own ideas. When you understand there is nothing normal normally, you can use 普通 appropriately. And there will be nobody who will get hurt by this word in this world. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Igarashi. Now, we have a question and answer session. Mr. Kubota, please.
Okay, thank you, Yui-san.
Thank you.
My first question, what is your ultimate goal?
Yo, thank you.
Well, I mean, because since we are all different, we have stereotypes.
Yes.
It differs by person to person. And based on that stereotype, we tend to say something like normally,
Yes.
right? So is your goal to stop people saying normally, or to vanish all the stereotypes which every people have? Which is your ultimate goal?
Thank you for your question. My goal is nobody will get hurt by the using word So my goal is not hurting others with the word.
Okay, not hurting others. That is important. Well, but there might be kind of an opinion that your speech might be kind of like prohibiting the use of words. It's like kotobagari in Japanese. Do you understand? It's important to consider about the minorities and those who might get hurt, but wouldn't it lead to like diminish or narrowing down the flexibility of the conversation?
Sorry, please. Again.
Well, if you say that we should not use normally or things like that, wouldn't it like narrow down the flexibility of using words? Well, I thought that your speech reminded me of the concept political correctness. What do you think?
Sorry, I can't understand.
Well, okay. Maybe we should move on to another question, okay? Well, you introduced the 4 steps. And, well, how long did it take you to actually to complete these 4 steps?
In our daily life?
Yes.
Okay. Of course, it takes some time at first. You can't just finish all the 4 steps instantly. However, as you continue practicing it, we can gradually do practice. We gradually be able to do it naturally in conversation. So, please try it.
Okay. Well, think about it because think about the situation when you're working in a company and you are the manager leading like 10 subordinates.
Okay.
And you're the manager and you have to coach those staffs. And sometimes, yes, it is likely to say usually, normally when teaching them. But is it really possible for the manager who is really busy doing his work, to complete those 4 steps every time he says or you say something to the staff?
Yeah.
So my question is your solution realistic?
Yes, I think this method is realistic because we can practice in our daily life again and again this method. So, of course, at first it takes some time. I understand that. But as you continue practicing it, you will be able to do it in conversation, like me. This is my answer.
Okay, so maybe we should try to actually do that 4 steps and again. Maybe we'll get used to doing that.
Yes.
Okay, so time's up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kubota and Ms. Igarashi. Please go back to your seat.